how successful you have been. This is one of the success stories that we can share with others. And I want to thank Rinpoche for bringing this program here in Mongolia, and for all of you to be part of this movement, and those who are supporting financially as well, and those who are carrying research. I think the programs like this will make a difference, and we are already seeing this. It is really inspiring to see. I remember even before we launched C Learning back in 2017, we started, once we had the basic curriculum, it wasn't even fleshed out, just framework and the very initial drafts based on the framework itself. We started offering workshops in different places like India, in the United States, places like very remote place called Peoria. There's a saying in America that if something it's mainly with the music. You know, musicians go play in different places, and they say, willing to play in Peoria, meaning that if they go perform in Peoria and then the audience shows up and that they, appreciate it, that would mean that in America and everywhere else, people will embrace it. We didn't know about this, but just an opportunity came up for us to offer C Learning workshop, one of the very first after Atlanta. We offered there. And I remember it was for a 3-day workshop, and the teachers showed up because their school district superintendent told that you need to attend this workshop. And the teachers are told to go for these programs, all kinds of different programs all the time. And obviously many of them don't really matter to them. It doesn't make that big a difference, and it's just to get continuing education on their, for their annual evaluations. So that I remember when they showed up first, about 70 or so teachers, the expressions in their faces was like quite reserved, sort of. They were not that warm, and by the end of first day, it just totally changed. They were so appreciative, smiling, engaged, and as we ended that first day of the workshop, these teachers said that this is different. We go to many workshops where we are sent to, and to be honest, most of them we see that it's kind of waste of time, but we have to go. And this is what we were thinking, that this is another of those programs. But they said that as we sat and engaged, what became clear is that, of course, this would be good for the students, but we need some of these skills for ourselves, our own well-being. And so they were seeing not only what they can bring to the children, but what they need. And the remaining 2 days, they were so engaged, like that. And I'm sharing this because that's the kind of the impression that I get here from these presentations, where you are bringing these programs. Those teachers may not in the beginning be excited about it, but as you mentioned, that these teachers find that this is something that is useful for them. And in America, there's a CASEL, Collaborative for Social Emotional Learning, Academic Social Emotional Learning. They have been doing research to see which SEL programs really benefit the students, the schools, particularly students, whether it's their behavior or academics, mental health. What they found was that when teachers were properly trained, those schools, then you could see a difference. If the teachers were not, trained properly, you don't see any difference. In fact, this was one of the unfortunate cases was in England. In England, they offered a mindfulness and education program, and it was brought by some parliamentary member, and I don't know he or she was so enthusiastic about this and said that we're going to implement it to whole nation, and within a year we want to do the assessment. And they started doing the research, the outcome research. Obviously, in a country like United Kingdom, in England, to bring to this thousands of schools, it would be impossible to train the teachers properly. So that program totally failed. At the end, it did not show any benefit because teachers were not properly trained. And not only that, teachers resented because it was top down. Government